I get stuff from all over the country, which is what this thing was really supposed to be. When this whole consciousness came back, this last couple of years, what was really supposed to go on when it came to us is an intelligence. Some person finds some stuff and report this stuff in, and it becomes that same follow and herd mentality. You see what I'm saying? Everybody is double up in this sectarian corner where everybody is actually, I find out now traveling, everybody is actually their own scientist. So I get stuff from all over the country, which is what this thing was really supposed to be. When this whole consciousness came back, the last couple of years, what was really supposed to go on when it came to us is an intelligence, which means it's supposed to be a consortium of ideas. Some person finds some stuff, they report this stuff in, and it becomes an intelligence. You see what I'm saying? But too often we got that same follow and herd mentality. You see what I'm saying? Everybody is double up into the sectarian corners where everybody is actually, I'm finding out now, travelers, everybody is actually their own scientist. But everybody is actually their own scientist. But everybody is actually their own scientist.
Yeah, family, we back. Sunday service, what it go down? What go down, family? Don't mind the thumbnail. That's for our Patreon family. We be doing so many Patreon videos, tapping into so many different books and information that, man, I don't know why these thumbnails keep posting on these other videos. But besides that, it go down. We still got my BroYosef in the building, man. It's happening right now. What's up, yo?
Peace, family. How y'all doing out there? Peace.
Man, it's going down, family. Babe, holla at the people real quick while I edit this thing.
Peace, family. Welcome back to Sunday service. I am so excited. We got the God, BroYosef, with us. We're going to dive into some amazing, timely topics. And man, show some love. Make sure you come in, like the video, say what's up in the chat room. If you're not already subscribed to Yosef, make sure you head over to his YouTube page and do that. And we're gonna get into it, y'all. It's about to be a good time. I'm excited. I'm trying to calm my energy down because I'm happy as hell right now.
Man,
so
tell you, man. Look,
yeah.
Me and Yosef been diving into this thing yesterday. We've been diving into a whole bunch of stuff that we wanted to dive into. And today, man, and then Yosef gave me this dude, man. I got to show y'all about this dude. Yes, I'm still on my fast, family. I'm on day 7. You feel me? I'm on day 7. This thing is happening, right? And so I was telling Yosef I'm on a fast, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good, feeling great, nothing bothering me or whatever, right? Yesterday, my back, so my kidneys were kind of jacked up. But, you know, I'm feeling superb today. Awesome, fabulous, right? Then Yosef sends me this video of the God, of this Breatharian God named Elohim. Y'all seen him in the community tab. So I want to show the family that because this thing is live. This thing is happening. But first, man, y'all make sure y'all like and share the video so I can also share it. But first, let me shout out the family. Before we get this party started. You know what time it is. What's up, Showstopper? Galactic, what's up? Larry, what's the deal? Since we're here, let's talk. Yes, that's what we're going to do right now. Empress Akua. Yeah. Conscious Catch, what's up? Evo 7, Greg, what's the deal? Brandy. Man, we in this thing. Lady Owl, Brother Noble. Stray, what's the deal, brother? You already know what time it is, Stray. Y'all like and share the video. The Wise Fox, Sensei, Rise, what's the deal, man? I got some Baphomet information for y'all ass. Slade Pierce, what's up? Goonie Girls, Johns. Man, Ashley, what it is. Like Cobes, the GOAT. Uh-oh, we talking about that 823 guy today. Just like Cobes, the GOAT. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get it in, family. Look, I'm about to show y'all this video because the guide is dropping. And I got to make sure y'all feel this energy of the guide and understand what this fasting thing is really about. And it's really about for me or us on this spiritual path, right? So let me show y'all this. God, let me share my screen. All right. Y'all like and share the video, family. Like and share the video. Listen up, listen closely.
Created also by lining up at the doctor's office due to a behavior. You have the power of your vehicle on basic things. And this is the basic of living on prana. If you cannot heal yourself first just by the basics, don't go for the straight ultimate of trying to become food free. This is actually a spiritual journey. I know spirit is a deep, broad word also that we've been playing with and people don't understand it. But you are basically these vehicles that we have. Yes, when we look at science, modern day science, people are using their five senses, and that's what we use to get along in this reality, to get along in this realm, to have a relationship with it. Our sight, our sound, our smell. And you're observing this universe on how it works, how it's set there. That's a beautiful thing. And the instruments we have, what they do is they highlight these five senses. But when you're dealing with spirituality, you're developing a sixth sense. You're developing something that equipment cannot reduplicate it, like an energy of compassion. You understand? These different, not just an example, these things we can develop and grow into. And this is what we're talking about. It's a filling state. And once you get into these other states of forces, that's why we call them higher forces. You are actually tapped into a position or a realm that goes beyond time and space. That's where you're getting fed from. That's where you're getting nourished from. And that's where your consciousness is open, where this is coming into this realm, nourishing the body. Now, a lot of this, quantum physics has taken you to the border of it, at least. You understand? So it's not an argument on a lot of things. It will take you to the border of it. But the next phase is there's some things that I even used to think it could be explained, but it can't once you go past that border, because it does open up another branch that we have not figured out yet on how to really explain it, because it's an experience. An experience really cannot be explained. I used to think it can, but it can't. If you never walked on an ocean floor and there's a person trying to explain it to you, it's going to be hard for them to really get that to you. So I hope you got a lot out of this. This is just video number one. We'll talk to you soon about more.
All right. So that's the God, brother Elohim. Hope I'm saying that nigga name right. But the God, right? He is tapped in. He is understanding what this whole thing is about. See, when I be doing these fast journeys and all this other stuff, I understand that there's certain things that's coming up inside of me, right? A lot of times we're eating out of boredom. We're eating out of emotions, right? We're suppressing these emotions by eating. You know what I'm saying? Boredom is a real big thing too. You know what I'm saying? And this boredom basically is stopping your flow, stopping your creative flow to create, to go inside, to get inside to the real world, to receive these channels, right? to dive into these dreams. So you just, instead of doing what you supposed to do, right, you want to go eat and suppress this thing. Now, let me make sure I get everybody to understand what's going on. Food is not bad. You gotta enjoy this world. Nobody ain't trying to be no breatharian. Shit, I enjoy food. I'm enjoying this world because I'm in the world, but not of it. But there's a certain level that you have to take yourself in order to either heal, either understand different aspects of yourself, or chakra work, all this stuff, or rid yourself of these human emotions. Okay. And when BroYosef sent me this, brother, I was like, oh wow, this is powerful. This is exactly the stuff I'll be talking about. This feeling, this knowing, is something that you really can't explain. And I've been trying to explain it for the longest. But once you tap into these fasts, once you tap into this willpower of just getting past the addictions of food, right? Getting past the atomic or automatic mind control that we have to eat 3 times a day or whatever people feel like, right? Once you break down that barrier, you start to arise to your true self, to your higher self, which is God, chaos being. That's what I'm saying. You have not, like, hey, to each his own. You don't have to do a motherfucking thing. I'm just giving you another tool. And fasting is a powerful tool, family. You feel me? Fasting is a very, very powerful tool. There are many ways to program and deprogram, a plethora of ways. But this tool I'm giving you with this fasting, I'm telling you, you heard it from the God, the Breatharian himself. He's access. He's into the access. He has this eternal light that he's tapped into. Okay, so I just want to make sure y'all understand that, because man, when Yosef sent me this video, I was like, wow, this is exactly what I've been talking about. Man, and fasting is just it's just a quicker way to access, really, to me. Anyway, so I suggest everybody try to do a fast, and don't go for no heroic fast. Do a 1-day fast and then gradually grow from there, and then see what comes out. Just like the brother said, it's your adventure. Go wild with this thing. Try things out. Don't be afraid to try. You see what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to try. Man, anybody got anything on that, Yosef, babe?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. It's a powerful thing, man. And Brother Yosef is not big on veganism or vegetarianism, but if I ever did anything like that as far as food, I would become a breatharian. Not that I want to, but I just think the science of the breatharianism is so powerful, man. You know what I mean? Here's a person that's not eating. We've been trained that we have to eat all our lives. And here's a person that doesn't even eat. I think he said he hasn't eaten for 19 years. Yep. And just to study, to know that, I heard a guy one time say the truth is unbelievable. So I showed some guys this video. They just couldn't believe what I was showing them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, it's an amazing thing. And it's an amazing process. Some of you guys may want to be breatharians. Some may won't. Some of you guys may not want to be breatharians. But, it's a very powerful science to understand and learn. Because even if you don't, the very practice and idea that you can get energy from the universe, from chi and prana is amazing, So you guys need to study that for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, family. And let me make sure I make myself clear. Me and D-Ray ain't no vegetarians, no vegans, none of that shit. We don't claim a motherfucking thing. We just do things that heightens our vibration. You see what I'm saying? So, man, we'll eat chicken, we'll eat whatever. You know what I'm saying? If it's in alignment with our vibration. At this point in time, we just haven't been eating chicken. But who knows? Tomorrow, motherfuckers will start, getting it in. That's what I'm saying. This thing is a journey. It's a process. You have to feel this thing out. Just like I was telling Hood the other day on his show. I said, man, I'm prepared. The first thing I said was, nigga, I went to the liquor store. I done stocked up. You feel me? Why? Because Why? Because I'm tapped into giving to my ancestors. That's one. And we're going to dive into that with you, Yosef, also. Giving to my ancestors with the liquor. And I'm also tied into libating myself. So if they lock us in the house, shit, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole cupboard full of food. We got alcohol. We got our water. We are good. This thing is about balancing this whole thing out. It's not no extremist thing. You got to be in the middle and be the ultimate observer. And when I mean ultimate observer, I mean try different things out. You know what I'm saying? If it works for you, go for it. If it doesn't, let it go. Simple as that.
And what I want to add to the whole conversation too, family, is that this whole thing is about consistently doing some work. Period. Like a lot of times we do something one time or two times and we feel like, it did something or maybe it didn't. I'm telling you that you have to set aside time to say, I'm going to fast for this long, or I'm going to intermittent fast for 5 days, or I'm going to fast for 3 days, or I'm going to meditate for a week straight, nonstop. Nothing is going to stop me from getting my meditation in. All right. I'm going to visualize every day for 2 weeks and nothing is going to stop me from doing that. That's the level of commitment that we have to put into our work if we want to start seeing these benefits. That's what this whole thing is about. Are you doing the work? Are you doing something? Right? Are you doing something? Are you researching this stuff and then applying it? Are you listening to us talk on Sunday service and Wise Wednesdays and BroYosef channel and actually applying the work? Because hearing it is good. Hearing it, it activates and it turns on something within you. But when you actually put in that work, now you have the experience. Like he said, you can hear our experience, but you don't really know until you do it and you go through it yourself. And that's the whole big thing. You want to have your own aha moments and realizations and discover how fasting or how consistent meditation, visualization, ancestor worship, you want to have your own experience and see how it affects you. Like Bobby Hemming said in the video, we are all our own scientists, and this is just a consortium of information we are just spreading. We're just telling you different techniques that we've used, that we've obtained some light from.
Facts on facts. And that's power, babe, because this whole chaos community, this whole thing, Brother Yosef, Trav, Moot, ourselves, the Titan, everybody that shares their information, right? They're just sharing from their experience, from what they know, from what they have tapped into. You see what I'm saying? Hood. We all sharing our work, the work that we do, and we're bringing it back to the table. You know what I'm saying? So that's power, man, for real. And that's what I appreciate. The whole masterly foolish family. You already know what time it is, man.
Shout out to Masterly Food.
Man, yeah. Shout out to the masterly, for real, the God. Man, so yeah, I guess we got to talk about this COVID virus, this corona chaos.
Yes.
Man, look, I want to say something real quick before I let my brother Yosef dive into this thing. Stop reacting. Stop reacting to it, right? The manipulators of this realm, that's what they want you to do. They want you to be in a panic. They want you to be in a stir up, right? They want you to dive into this fear vibration. Okay, I've been saying this for the longest. It's fear vibration. Appreciate you, Stray. You know what time it is. Appreciate the donation. So your awareness should be only as the ultimate observer. You have to be in the mindset of, let me observe this thing in totality. Let me see what's going on, right? Like I was saying, Brother Yosef, he put me on the colloidal silver a long time ago. We happen to have it in the house, in the crib, and we like, oh, well, I guess we're prepared. You see what I'm saying? All these herbs and all this other stuff, we have this stuff. So we've been in alignment with this thing, right? We've been prepared. So when you start falling into this thing, falling into this illusion of what's going on and start panicking, right? Pandemonium, Yeah, you change your vibration, and that's what the thing is. They want you to change your vibration so you can become slave drone mindset to be the sheep, the cattle they want you to be. All right. Any insight on that, bro?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the family definitely, you know, don't give too much energy to this thing, because that's definitely part of the plan, to give you, for you guys to give a lot of energy to it, you know. And you know, to go back to my 2020 video, that's one of the first things I said on the video. I said, be prepared, because Pluto is going to be heavy on y'all. You're going to have to deal with Pluto. You know, Pluto rules over viruses. So before I started all the good stuff, which a lot of, you know, shout out to the babies in consciousness, man, the young kids. I don't know why these little 13, 12-year-old kids be emailing me, you know. I'm like, look, don't even talk to me unless your mama know, you know. They be like, look, they be emailing me and hit me up on Instagram, 15, 16, 17 years old, you know, and they're like, yo, when is all this good stuff gonna happen? What date? What's the exact date and time, you know? And I'm like, look, if you understand how change works, you got to understand order comes out of chaos. You cannot have, and like Sister Dera was saying, you know, this is the corona chaos, and that's 100% true. So order comes out of chaos, family. So that's before I started talking about all the great changes going to happen over a 10-year period on this planet. You got to understand how change works, family. You can't have great change without great chaos. So this great chaos right here proves to you guys what I was saying was true. You know, there's a great change coming, and there's a great chaos happening. This thing is affecting everything on the planet. It doesn't mean you need to be afraid of it. It is. I always tell my wife, don't be scared, be prepared. You know, I'm a prepper. I don't get crazy with it and get extreme with it, because I just believe in, you can't be so spiritually high, you know, earthly good. You got to balance that thing out. You know, like Brother Dreamwise was saying, you got to stay balanced on this thing. So you got a family, don't be crazy. Go ahead and prepare, you know, just get some stuff for your family, but don't overreact. Another thing I told you guys in the video is that you're going to have to change the way you respond to stuff. I saw all this coming, man. I'm telling y'all, you're going to have to change the way you respond. People are panicking. People are buying tissue. Buying tissue. I don't understand in a survival situation, what the hell is tissue going to do? You know what I mean? When you got a shower, you can take it. You know what I'm saying? Water and food is mandatory, but people going crazy buying tissue. Don't even know why they're buying it. It's just because they're seeing it on the news. It just shows how people are programmed. You know, how people are programmed. This is another program. Now, I want everybody to be a little bit of a prepper. You know, I think every family should have a little bit of things to the side, just in case, especially people that live in the areas where hurricanes can hit. Always have something for your family on the side where you can just be safe and prepared, you know. But at the end of the day, don't let this corona thing go crazy on you and get you all scared. And even though they may try to do martial law or whatever, just use this as because it's going to pass eventually. All this chaos stuff is going to pass. This time is now, but eventually all this Pluto energy is going to fade out. And after it's over, don't go back to being a slave in your mind. Start preparing. Start being more spiritual. Start connecting with the deities, you know. Start connecting to Mother Nature. You know, teach your family how to hunt. Teach your family how to start fires, just in case. You just never know. The next thing may not be a virus. It may be all the goddamn power on the planet that went off. And what people gonna do then, you know? So you gotta be prepared, but at the same time, don't go overboard and be extreme with it. Be prepared and don't be scared. You know, just be prepared, family. So yes, great change is coming. And to prove great change is coming, this thing is affecting the school district, the medical industries, it's affecting travel, everything that is hitting, including the money and the stock market. This is where all the change is gonna happen. You know, everything is gonna happen. So get prepared for that too. Great change is coming. But as you see, a lot of people are dying, you know. It's not crazy people dying, but I told y'all also, old energy gotta go. All these old mindsets and old ways of thinking, all this gotta go. And a lot of older folk are dying from this thing, you know? So Corona's just, whatever people call this, is doing its job. It's supposed to be happening right now. Don't get scared. Be prepared, family, and just understand this is part of the process. Trust the process.
Yeah,
Right.
I love that, Yosef. Be prepared, but not scared. That's
Prepared,
powerful.
not scared. So my take on everything, right? So the first thing that I got to say is that your body's first initial reaction to these things, that's your fight or flight, right? That's natural. That's totally fine. You're supposed to tap into your fight or flight whenever, you know, the media starts pushing these different aspects. Now, when it starts tapping into your emotions, now you're reacting to your thoughts on the situation. Okay. So we got to control our thinking during this time. I did a reading for Patreon a couple of days ago, and it was so beautiful what was shown to me. And what it was is that this corona chaos is a mothering feminine energy. Like BroYosef just said, chaos and order coming out of this chaos. It's a feminine thing. It's making us all tap back into our spirituality. I like what Campson and Ernest also said. It's a universal time out. And during this universal time out, during this 14 days to a month, however long it is that we are, staying in our homes, it's time to be connecting to your crown chakra. Corona meaning crown, right? Tapping into your crown, into your corona through your feminine aspect, through your spirituality. That's what this time is for. And there's so much beautiful things that can come out of this. When I did my reading, we're going to get new insights, right? New spiritual downloads are going to come out of this time. We are going to tap into our creativity. There's so many of you in the chat room that have ideas. Maybe you want to be an herbalist. Maybe you want to do readings. Maybe you want to do whatever it is that you want to do. There's a gift within you that during this time is going to come out of this whole experience, right? Because you're going to tap in through your crown and you're going to realize what it is that you're supposed to be giving back. So that's what this time is for. And so when we think of it in that way, we go in, right? You set up time daily to do your meditation. You set up time daily to do something that is inspiring to you, to do something that you feel passionate about. That's what this energy is calling us to do. We are protected, as spiritual beings, we are protected by this great mother energy, right? We are protected by this great mother energy because we're already tapped into spirit. We're already on the path. This is happening so that the others, the stragglers, those who are interested in the science, but you can't go to church, right? You're not going to church because church got more than 250 people in there, and that's hazardous, right? Or that's risky behavior, right? So for us, it's about going deeper into our knowing, deeper into our connection to spirit, and letting that reveal to us what we are supposed to give back to ourselves and to the people around us, to our community. Now, for the people who's not really into the science, but there's something there, they have that divine spark that just needs to be lit up even greater, this is going to be a time where that's going to be happening. We've been saying 2020 vision. We've been saying more people coming into the consciousness. This experience is leading to that. This experience is making that happen within itself. So you got to tap into the feminine energy. You got to tap into, and then when Yosef just said, start working with your deity, start working with your ancestors, your female ancestors. That's what this is about. And I got proof of this, family. And that's why I say doing the work is important. Every day for the last week, I've been doing the alternate nostril breathing, right? Going back and forth, balancing out my masculine and my feminine energies. 2 nights ago, I had a dream that I had went to this party, this celebration. And it was all Black women together celebrating Oshun. Here's the thing though. It was like at the table, there were all different variations of Oshun. And wherever the woman sat down at the table, that was the energy of Oshun that she embodied. Okay. So that right there, again, is the confirmation that great mother, that loving energy, that's what this is. And so you have to be able to see beyond the chaos and see the love that's actually taking place. I sat down at the table in front of this Oshun altar that had sunflowers. And I ain't even did my research on sunflowers and all of that stuff like that and that aspect of Oshun. I ain't even did it, just being honest. But after having that dream, now I'm like, okay, what is the meaning of sunflowers? And they say sunflowers means loyalty, longevity, optimism, connection to the all, opening up to the sun, receiving all that information from the sun. What have we discovered so far right now? The sun, coronavirus cannot live in the sun, right? So getting out there in the sun is going to keep you healthy. That's great mother energy for that dream to come to me and for me to reveal that to you, period. Okay. So that's what's going on right now, family. It's a beautiful thing. Tap in.
Mhm.
Tap in and create.
That's right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good, babe. That's power. That's power
Yeah.
right there. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all get outside in that sun, man. Get outside in that sun and make sure y'all do the damn thing for real. Man, and talk about protection. BroYosef did a powerful build of his last video on the crystal grid. That's another thing y'all got to tap into is protecting the home. You feel me? Protecting your home. Go watch BroYosef's crystal grid video, right? That thing is powerful, so you can, protect your home or whatever intention you have available to you or ready for you. Do that, do that, do that. But yes, right now it's some glorious times. You should be excited. You should be celebrating. You should be in a man, a whole parade of this thing for real. Man, y'all like and share the video, family. Like and share the video. Any questions for BroYosef, y'all leave them in the comments and we might get to them. Like and share the video. Let's do this, Yosef. Another protection thing me and my queen been getting into real heavy over this time. And we always fuck with our ancestors and dive into that. But let's talk about ancestor veneration, right?
Yes.
Ancestor veneration and just your ancestor altar, right? How important that aspect of the game is in this point in time.
Right. Yes, absolutely. It's a very powerful thing to work with your ancestors. Like I always say in my video, it's your actual first line of defense, And why do I always say that? It's because the people who were closest to you, as long as you guys are exchanging energy, they can help you more than anybody else. Sometimes the angels and the higher spirits, even some people that work with extraterrestrial, these entities are not always easy to reach. But the people who have your data, you have their data in your body, which is your DNA. You have their data in you. If you call your grandmother that passed away right now, she can hear you on Astral plane because she's naturally attracted. Her spirit is naturally a part of you. You are the best version of all your ancestors combined. There are certain things that, people can put on the altars to make altars more powerful. I'm always telling people put their DNA up there. Why wouldn't you put your DNA up there? These people on the other side are your DNA, pretty much, Now their soul has gone on to another experience, but they left a copy, a fragment of themselves behind so you can have access to them, so you can help them. And if they grow to a certain level, they can reconnect with their soul, depending on what them and the soul has a contract to do, depending on what it is, And one thing I always tell people, if you keep feeding your ancestors and helping them out, you're going to grow energetically. Right. Your aura is actually going to expand the more you work with your ancestors. And people who have eyes to see, they're going to see all this army of people around you. That happened to me a couple of times. And I shared that in one of my videos of me going to what they call a spiritualist church, because I used to sell my jewelry heavy back in the day. And, people was like, oh man, you got to come to this. I was like, I don't do the church thing, And sure enough, I go there and a lady whose skin was blue, right? And like I always say, her skin was blue because anybody taking colloidal silver, they try to scare you away from it so you don't use it. So they'll talk about this guy called the Blue Man. And the Blue Man is a man that took he took silver nitrate. Instead of making colloidal silver, he made silver nitrate in his basement. He drank it. It gave him the same effects as colloidal silver, but him being European, it turned his skin blue. It turned his skin blue because he drank the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't drinking the right thing. So he didn't make colloidal silver, he made silver nitrate. And when he made that, he had the same healthy effects as colloidal silver, but at the same time, his skin turned blue. So don't let that, I've been taking colloidal silver for probably like 8-9 years now, and I haven't had no effects of nobody's skin turning blue. I guess for black people, your skin to get darker, but that's not an issue. So I want y'all to definitely take that colloidal silver. And venerating your ancestors is an ancient practice. This is a practice that no matter what culture you go to, they always venerated the ancestors. They always respected the ancestors, gave them, gave them energy, and the ancestors gave them energy in return. So working with your ancestors, that's the first thing I always talk about as far as protection. Before you do crystal grids, before you work with the gods, honor your own self, honor your DNA. And as you feed them light and give them energy by way of having the 4 elements on the altar, giving them ancestor money, you can even I tell people you can even cut out pictures of houses and stuff that you want your ancestors to have. Because what are you really doing when you set up this realm of existence for your ancestors? You're actually creating a space in the astral plane, a bubble of existence for you and your ancestors. That's exactly what you're doing. I've been on the other side and see my ancestors sitting at long tables. I mean, all different kind of races and everything. These are your ancestors. You know, when it was time to get that money, they was lining up like it was the first of the month. You know what I mean? They was lining up to get that money. And so the Jade Emperor, when you burn this ancestor money, the Jade Emperor actually, his servants, right, actually, you know, takes this money and actually gives it to the ancestors. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people think like when you go on the other side, the ancestors are just waving their hands, everybody got on white and everybody's all right. That's not true all the time. My ancestors need help sometimes. They stuck in hell states. They walking around, don't know who they are. That's happened with some of my ancestors. They passed away, didn't even know they was dead. All right, so they need that light. They need that energy. Another thing you can do that can really add energy to your ancestor altars, take a bottle of honey, put it in a glass bottle, and sit it in the sunlight for like as long as you can. The longer you sit in the sunlight, the better. Take that bottle of honey and sit it in the sunlight, and then put that on your ancestor altar. That honey will actually give the ancestors more energy. That honey, because it's going to absorb the sunlight into the honey. And you can actually put that in your ancestor altar. And they can add that as a higher energy source. So it's like a spiritual energy battery that can actually add a level of power to your ancestor altar. You know, so definitely do that. You know, that's a powerful thing you can do. So feeding our ancestors more light is something that's very important and powerful, and we need to continue to do that, man. We need to continue to do that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Y'all go get y'all ancestor money from lovelivelife.com. Go get it. Go get it. Yeah, man, it's power because you know, my ancestor altar, boy, I'll be talking to my grandma and grandpa, and they just giving me these other downloads that I needed. And man, it's just a powerful energy exchange when you do give. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when you give and, you know, at least appreciate the people that came before you, right? Appreciate the your DNA that's encoded with them, and appreciate the information that you're receiving that you can also transmute to them.
Yes.
So that's such a powerful thing, man. Giving to your ancestors, man, and just
absolutely,
and just knowing, you know, that they're always around you. They're always near. They always got your best interest in hand. You feel me? So that's huge. It's huge. And speaking of that, go ahead, babe.
No, that just gave me an idea, babe, because which is why I love Sunday services so much. I love building with like-minded people because, you know, babe, how we have that house, we have that little house that says our summer house. And it's over here on the counter by our picture in the dining room area. It's just been there, this little house. It's just been there. It's a beautiful little house. And we have not used it. And you just gave me an idea for us to set that up for our ancestors and let that be a home for them. So that's so dope because it says our summer house. Like, who doesn't want to have a summer house?
Absolutely.
That's prosperity shit.
Let me say this too. If anybody goes and watch the movie, and Brother Bobby talked about this, What Dreams May Come. What Dreams May Come. Incredible movie. It showed you that how easy it is for people, how you can have something in the living and it can transfer over into the astral world. You know, this man, his wife's paintings became reality in the astral world for him. You know, everything that he loved became his heaven in so many words. So when you set that realm of existence up and you got energy generating on that altar, you can actually take that and actually send it to your ancestors. You can put houses on that altar and your ancestors can actually have these houses in the astral world. You know, whatever you like. Just like when you put food up there, it transforms as energy for the ancestors. They don't come and bite the apple, even though I know people whose ancestors actually come and eat the food off the altar. I've experienced that. But the ancestors suck the energy up of this and actually transmute it into the astral world for themselves. So it's a very powerful practice. Everybody should have an ancestor altar. If you don't, you're late. You're late.
Real late. Yeah. Food,
hold on. Don't tell them they late unless you 16, 17, 15.
Right.
You just now getting into it. So peace to y'all young brothers and sisters.
Absolutely. If y'all young, you know, first of all, you know, they want me to tell them the most craziest stuff when they young. I'm like, look, talk to your mama. You know, y'all might be the FBI. you know, somebody might want to get Brother Yusef. I don't know who you is, you know. But if you young, talk to your parents about an ancestor altar. Absolutely. You know, if you 21 and over and you living by yourself and you're an adult, hey, you got to have your ancestor altar if you call yourself spiritual. Absolutely. Gotta have it.
Oh yeah, that's facts, man. And put that stuff on there, get that stuff on, man. I'm telling you, I talked to my grandma, and that's what actually made me bring up this ancestor thing, because I talked to her the other day. I talked to her when we was on our little Aya trip, and man, that trip was ooh wee. It was just, you know, enhancing what I've already been doing. So man, that was such a powerful thing that you know, I had to bring that up right now. So ancestors will come and they will tell you what time it is. You know what I'm saying? It go down. Patreon.com/love live life. Man, let's talk about gratitude, Yosef, real quick.
Babe, hold on, babe. This is what we got to talk about. This right here.
What?
There you go.
Pepita.
Yeah, she just got.
Because we're talking about the ancestors, we're talking about protection. Let's dive into the protection of mythological creatures. And it's a great segue, babe, because you just talked about our ayahuasca experience. Brother Yosef, when we did ayahuasca, a vision came to me of a cat that had wings. It was like her wings, everything beautiful. And I felt protected. I felt comforted by it, right? So we come down off the ayahuasca and I talked to Dream about it. I'm like, babe, I just saw this cat with wings. And he says, like the one from Coco? And I was like, oh my God, yes, just like the one from Coco, right? And then all of the connections started happening. So this is Pepita, right? In the movie Coco, whenever they went to the astral realm, the mother, Mama Imelda, the one who ran the whole family, the one who told them, we're not doing music anymore, that mothering energy, which I am, right? Which is similar to Oshun and Juno and all of those other goddesses. This was her alebrije. This was her spirit animal. This was her spirit protector, right? And this is exactly what came to me in a vision, right? Pepita stands for pumpkin seeds. Guess whose birthday is in October? Mine. So pumpkins in October, that's synchronicity. What do pumpkins do? They scare away low vibrational spirits. This is protection for your girl, okay? Let's talk about the protection of your spirit animals and your mythological spirit animals. And babe, I'm sorry, we'll come back to gratitude. I won't forget.
No, go ahead. Yeah, that's good.
Yes. You know, that's a very powerful movie. You know, somebody actually told me, a friend of mine actually told me to go watch it. And I went to go watch it. I was blown away. I said, wow, I can't believe they actually given all the science. You know, before we started the video today, we was talking about Dragon Ball Z. You know, and I was talking about how in all these cartoons they giving away, you know, and they giving away, you know, all the science in these movies, you know, in these cartoons. But Sister Dira, I definitely want to tell you, you might want to study something called a Griffin.
Okay.
The Griffin is.
I saw it. I saw it in the symbology book that we got. Mythological creatures and symbols. I saw it. But keep going.
Yeah. So when you see these lion faces and these tiger faces and these cat faces, and they got wings, these are griffins. Some of the most powerful mythological creatures in existence, man. These things are very real. I've seen these things on the astral plane many times. Wow. Some of them are bigger than buildings. Some of them are very small, like a dog. But these griffins are extremely powerful. And to have a griffin as a spirit animal is extremely, that means somebody in the spirit world loves you. Absolutely. Because these things are like the most powerful. All mythological creatures are powerful, but the griffins, I was going to do a whole video on the griffins real soon, you know. The griffin animal is extremely powerful. Y'all research the griffins, you know, and they even talk about the griffins in the Bible. When they talk about, you know, you went to the throne and they saw the entity that had a face like a man, a body like a lion, and 6 wings on his back, and one had eyes. These are griffins. When you look at the Sphinx is a griffin, you know. When you go into Samaria, you see that Anu and all these different gods hold these big lions. And when you see these lions sitting down, they got wings on them. These are griffins. These griffins at one time was very real on the planet Earth. And when the vibration of the planet fell lower, these griffins started to disappear. You know, a lot of them went into the center of the planet. That's a whole nother thing. But it's very powerful. These griffins are very powerful creatures. And there you go. There you go. Yep. Good book. I actually have that book. Very good book. Very good book. So these mythological creatures are very powerful, and they are connected to what you call your what do you call this thing? Your elemental body. So we all have different aspects of ourselves, and one of the aspects we have is the elemental self. And this is the part of ourselves that connects us to a fairy, a jinn, you know, an elf, a goblin, whatever your mythological creature is. You know, when these rappers that be robbing people say that they goblins, a lot of them they tap into their elemental energy. That's exactly, you know what I mean? They're goblins, you know. So a lot of us are fairies. A lot of us have elf energy. We're fae people, you know. And these things at one time were real on the planet too. There's still pictures out there, people finding dead fairies and things are happening on this planet. So I want you guys to understand these mythological creatures are very powerful and very important to understand. They represent your elemental self. Everyone has an aspect of their self that I guarantee when you guys work with fairy energy, or elemental energy, which I'm gonna do a video on really soon, you guys are gonna see there's a certain aspect of elemental energy that you connect to more than you may connect to a fairy. You may be doing fairy magic and can't get the fairies, but all of a sudden, no, may pop up. You know, I'll be honest with you. Just tell you guys a story real quick. When I started doing elemental energy very heavily, I was coming home one night and I'm pulling in my driveway. And as I'm pulling in the driveway, and I had a little elemental thing set up in the back of my house in the garage. As I started to come home, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, one of the big secrets to tapping into elemental energy is elderberries. They love elderberries. You know, they love elderberries. So I actually saw a real gnome, a real gnome. This thing was probably about 2 feet tall, and it looked like a shadow. But I knew what it was when I saw it. This thing was walking sideways the whole time. It was the weirdest thing I ever seen in my life. And as it looked at me, it stopped, and it did something like this with its hands, and it started to get smaller and smaller and smaller as it went on the side of the picket fence, and it disappeared. And I knew right then and there that I'm really attracting these things. And I knew right there that I have a deeper connection with gnomes than I may have with a fairy. So as you guys get into this elemental energy, you guys are going to notice that also. You may have a deeper connection to the salamander people, you know? You know, so at the end of the day, these mythological creatures, these mythological animals are connected to your elemental self. It could be unicorns, like Brother Trav. Ever since I saw him talk about unicorns, I said this brother's tapped into his elemental energy. He's doing the voting. That's very powerful, you know. Some of y'all may have you know, other types of, there's certain type of elemental snakes, but the Griffin, oh my God, the Griffin is extremely powerful. And for you to have that type of dream, sis, shows that you definitely are protected by a Griffin, and Griffins are extremely protective over things they protect. So continue to study that and get into that.
Okay, that's so funny that you said that, because when I opened this book, I went to Griffin.
Wow.
I went to a Griffin. So when you say it, I'm telling you, this book was on the table, family. So make sure y'all get this book, Dictionary of Symbolic and Mythological Animals by J.C. Cooper.
Yes.
But when you said, I got so excited when you said Griffin, because after I had the vision of the, you know, lion, cat, bird, after I had the vision of it, of course, I'm diving down the rabbit hole of it, and picked up this book and started diving in and came across Griffin. And when you say that love energy, that's so powerful, because I even dream. I just been seeing recently just hearts everywhere. Like it'll be a heart made out of oil from gas underneath somebody's car. Like it'll be a heart made out of the leaves of the trees. Like I'm just seeing hearts everywhere right now. So when you say that love, that protection energy,
yes,
that's dope, family. And so family, I'm sure all of us are having some type of experience like this, but you gotta want that. You gotta ask for that. And I'm telling you, Brother Yosef, after you did your animal spirit video, I was like, okay, I'm gonna tap in. I'm gonna figure out what my animal spirit is. I had already told myself that. I was like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna tap in and see what's up. Couple of days later, had that vision. It came to me. So it is ask and ye shall receive, right?
Absolutely.
Knock and the door shall be answered.
Absolutely.
You know, at your command. So family, we got to propose these ideas to ourselves if we want to know more about it.
Absolutely. And let me say this too. If you guys ever saw the movie back in the day when we was kids, The Never Ending Story, you know,
Yep.
he had that was a griffin, but that was a griffin that was mixed more with a dragon. So that was like a dog / dragon griffin.
Mhm.
Very powerful, very powerful. I really wanted that thing to come to me when I was a kid. I had a big imagination like that, you know, so that was very powerful. And one thing about imagination that people don't understand is that even Albert Einstein said imagination is more powerful than knowledge. And there's a certain reason why, you know, he said that is because imagination is dark energy. It's how you tap into dark energy. It's how you tap into your dark matter. Anything is possible with your imagination. All you gotta do is know how to use it. This is why children are so magical, you know? So you gotta know how to use your imagination, family. This is one of the secrets is to tap into elemental energy. The elementals will respond to your dark matter, your dark energy, or your imagination. You have to be like a child. And that's one way to transform your energy into the heart of a child is by using your imagination. Let go of your ego. Let it happen. And things will happen.
Facts on facts. Yep, tap into that real world. That's what we talking about, the real world. Go inside, and then everything else will be beautiful without. Inside out, not outside in, family. Go watch that movie too. They dropped the science on vibration. Yeah, man. Man, y'all, that's some powerful share y'all just did right there, family. Man, y'all like and share the video, family. Like and share the video. For real, for real. Man, Yosef, so you got this video, right? Talking about the power of prayer.
Yes.
And you know, a lot of people are scared of that word in the conscious community. I'm one that kind of stays away from it. But I understood in the video that you dropped what you was talking about. You were talking about not coming from a needy space, but coming from this this place of gratitude, just showing love. You know what I'm saying? The power of thanks, the power of being thankful, basically.
Yes.
So dive into this gratitude prayer, if you will.
Yes. So gratitude is something I've been practicing for years. For many, many years. And I've noticed when I practice being thankful, you know, how my energy actually changed. Like I can actually see my own aura. And I noticed the more I would be grateful for certain things. Like I put up on my Instagram yesterday, when you are in a state of gratitude, things attract itself to you more to be thankful for. Like more things come to you to be thankful for. That's a fact. So if you want to have more wealth, more love, more power, start giving thanks for having power. Start having gratitude for the power you do have. And I promise you, it does something to the subconscious mind where it opens you up and it attracts more to you. It attracts more to you. And also gratitude is the basis of joy. You know, gratitude is the basis of joy. So just like Sister Debra was talking about, I can't remember which one he was talking about. He was saying that one of the ways to stop the corona too is to get into the sun, get into the sun. So I want to share a technique with the people on here of how to actually eat sunlight, actually eat sunlight on a basic level. There's more books out here that can actually, now, if you guys do this correctly, listen. Now, in my future videos, I'll show a more advanced technique. And this is in regular books, right? Some people don't even know these things are in books. And there's different people out there that have more advanced techniques, but some of this stuff is in basic books. You just got to do the research. That's why I be pointing y'all in the right direction. I'm going to show y'all a book later. You look up certain words and certain terms, and you start finding words, and you're like, oh, let me go see what they study. Next thing you know, you start finding practices that people do. So sometimes in my consultations, if a person dealing with a fragment of their soul that's missing, through trauma, or maybe they're super depressed, I'll give them this technique to try while they're sitting in front of the sun. So, and this goes into having gratitude. This is why I'm bringing this up. So when you're sitting in front of the sun, family, usually when it's rising or setting, I want you guys to focus on joy, right? Having joy. Now, joy is something that's very hard to tap into, believe it or not. You just can't think of something that gives you joy right away. Because sometimes, we live in this world, and the world be fucked up sometimes, and we get we got bills to pay, and you know,
Right.
stuff just happens. We get stressed sometimes. So it's not always easy to tap into joy. So the secret to tapping into joy, family, is gratitude. So while you're looking at the sun rising or setting, and you start to have gratitude, you start thinking about all the things you're grateful for, and you smile while you're looking at the sun, it starts to tap into joy. Once your energy starts to hit joy, your energy opens up and starts to absorb higher frequencies. Okay? So only when the sun is rising or setting do you want to do this technique, family. So early in the morning, the sun rising when it's orange, look at the sun and have gratitude. This is something Brother Yusef been practicing for years. Y'all want to know how the sun blinks and all this stuff and it responds to me and stuff? This is the secret. So this is a very simple practice that you guys can do to obtain more consciousness, absorb more energy. And if you absorb the right type of solar energy, you can shoot your energy up past the fourth dimension. This is a fact. The sun is a portal to the fifth dimension. This is why you have a black dot behind the sun. They call that Amun or Amun Re, Amun Ra. So you have the sun, which is Ra. You have Amun, the hidden God, the unknown God. So when you tap into the sun energy, it's a portal through that Amun energy. It's a portal to the fifth dimension, and the fifth dimension is a realm where solar beings live in, light beings live in these realms. So when you're looking at the sun, you're absorbing this energy. Even just by regular sun gazing, you can absorb sunlight, right? But I want to teach you guys a deeper process of doing it. So looking at the sun is cool, but when the sun is rising or setting, family, you want to look at the sun and be grateful, have gratitude, right? And you're going to notice something about having gratitude. It's going to make you happy all the time.
Yep, facts.
Wake up in the morning and start having gratitude while you're laying there. And guess what? It's always going to be people that got more than you. Yep. But be grateful for what you have. Wake up in the morning, just lay in the bed before you get out of bed and start thinking about how much you're grateful. You may have a car that may not be running correctly, but you can get to work that day. Be grateful for that. You know, your next door neighbor may have a Mercedes Benz and you may have a Ford. It don't make a difference. Be grateful. So you're looking at the sun, family, never look at the sun when it's high in the sky. I warn people about this all the time. Some people do it anyway. You look at the sun, I don't care how much melanin you got. One brother told me, they said, brother, I got melanin, brother. You know, I could look at the sun. I said, you shouldn't do it, but go right ahead. If you look at your eyes are not designed to look at something that bright all the time. It's just not. So if you look at the sun when it's rising early in the morning or when it's setting at night, and you start to have gratitude, you're going to be able to eat sunlight. You're going to be able to absorb sunlight.
Right.
So I want you guys to try that technique, and you're going to notice your dreams are going to get more enhanced. You're going to start getting downloads out of this world. Sun gazing gives you downloads. That's a fact. When you sun gaze with emotion, high emotions, and I'll be honest, if you did it negatively with a negative emotion, look at the sun, you can tap into demonic energy. For people that want to deal with that, you can tap into a demonic energy because there are demons also that live in the sun. So high vibration, looking at the sun, family, you can actually eat sunlight, and you can actually use this gratitude thing to evolve yourself on a higher level, family. So I want y'all to get into that practice. So that's why I'm teaching y'all. If y'all notice, some of y'all probably don't know, but I'm teaching y'all techniques on a low level, and then slowly I'm bringing y'all up to the next level. So I'm giving y'all gratitude. You know, gratitude is a powerful weapon. Do you know that shamans use gratitude when they're trying to steer a storm away? You want to interview the storm and become the storm and be grateful for whatever the storm needs, and the storm actually it can steer the storm the other way. Emotion is the key to a lot of magic. Emotion is the key to a lot of magic. It's not about doing the spell or the ritual. It's about having emotion. And joy is one of the best emotions you can use to make magic effective. Until you learn how to use your chi. We all can tap into emotion. But until you learn how to use your chi the right way, you can definitely use emotion to do that. And like in the future, I'm gonna be doing a video about wands, magic wands, and emotion is key. So that's what I wanted to say about the gratitude, brother.
No, I love that. I love that. That's perfect, Yosef. That's perfect. And that's a really great technique that you gave to the family with the sun gazing. Y'all go check out my sun gazing video on my channel. I got this sun gazing video that's powerful. But yeah, that's a powerful technique that you gave, Yosef, this seeing the sun rise and being in this joyous state. That's magic for real, man.
Wait till y'all do it. It's gonna be powerful, family. Y'all need to try that.
Facts. And then like gratitude, especially from my understanding of this thing, gratitude keeps you in this now, right? In this now state. And this now state is what's keeping you in the vibration that you claim to be. So that joy, this happiness is the vibration that you're trying to sync with. So you got to align this thing up with your vibration. So when you're giving thanks to your ancestors, giving thanks for just being alive, giving thanks for breathing, giving thanks for just having toilet paper. When you're doing that stuff, you are locked into the now, which is the true realm, because there is no such thing as the past and the future doesn't exist.
That's true. That's true.
So when you locked in like that, your vibration is online. Family, we giving up some jewels, family. Y'all got to understand this thing. Do that. And I got this thing called gratitude showers. Do it, do it, do it. Every morning you get up, take a shower, just start saying things that you're thankful for. You know what I'm saying? Stop looking at everybody on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and all that shit. Fuck that. Be happy for you. Be happy that you are, this thing is about you, your own universe. You got to be happy with your universe that you create around you. Now, if you're trying to change your universe, that's when you have to do the work, because everything starts within. So your outside world is just a projection of your inside universe. So you have to be able to manipulate that inside universe to have this fruitful life, if you will, without. Okay. And that's why we're going to dive into the more important aspect of going within instead of looking out at this fake world, the outside world. We're going to dive into this enlightenment, family, with BroYosef. He got some jewels that he about to share with the family. Y'all make sure y'all like and share the video, family. Like and share the video. So Yosef, we did all this building, right? We did this build on fasting. We talked about our ancestors and, gratitude and all this stuff, all these things. But what is the true work that we're trying to accomplish here on this earth realm?
Yes, sir.
Go, Yosef, go. What you got? What is this enlightenment we're trying to reach?
Yes, yes. And and let me start out by saying this, when it comes to enlightenment, there's so many different schools that do it different ways. That's one of the powerful things I love about spirituality. Spirituality can't really be debated, right? Because there's so many avenues. Nobody's wrong. It's all about what you're trying to achieve. Can you achieve it? And the answer to that is yes. There's nothing that is impossible. It's all about how you're trying to do. How you trying to do it. That's why after I did the How to Evolve in the Left-Hand Path video, people was like, yo, man, what are you trying to say? Like, yeah, absolutely. Doesn't matter which path you pick. It's all keys to enlightenment. Everything is light, including the left-hand path. It depends on what you're trying to do. And because of that, the type of light they absorb, which is more primordial energy, they can have a different type of body, but it's all made of light. So there's different levels to the light, family. It all depends on what type of light you're trying to absorb, So I want you guys to understand that, because some things I say in my video, I know some people don't fully agree, but that's okay, because everybody's right. It's all about how you're trying to do it. All about how you're trying to do it. So some of this enlightenment stuff I'm going to talk about, I'm going to give you guys 2 books you can read, and I'm going to help you guys understand this enlightenment thing from BroYosef's perspective, of what I've learned in research. I'm going to give you guys some good keys here. So for people who don't really understand enlightenment, I want you guys to understand enlightenment is really a process of achieving the egoless state. It's about not having ego, right? It's about getting rid of the idea that you're human. That's the first step to enlightenment. You have to get to that mind state where you're just a soul having a human experience. Some of us don't understand that yet, but once we fully understand that, something activates in your junk DNA. Realization is enlightenment. Coming to certain realizations in your life represents certain levels of enlightenment. That's a fact. So when you first starting out in your journey, it may be, straight black power, black, and then that's a certain level of awakening though. That's a certain level of realization, because you realize people don't lie to you, people don't did stuff to your people. And then you get to another level of realization where you realize, oh, it's really about this. And then you get to another level, you're like, oh, it's really about that. And you start to see the illusion. And then you start looking at yourself about why you always trying to be on this side and that side. And you start realizing, oh, this all an illusion. I'm not even human. I'm just playing the role of a human. And it's not about saying it, it's when you really understand that. When you really can put yourself in that state of understanding that you're not human, then you can get rid of the ego, right? You don't really get rid of it. What you do is you put it to sleep. Because you can never truly get rid of your ego, because like many teachers have said, if somebody, busts in your house and trying to attack you and your family, your ego is what makes you fight. Because it doesn't want to die, So you need the ego down here to even survive. If you didn't have an ego, you won't be preparing, getting no food for your family. Everybody in the house would be dead. Nobody be drinking water, because the thing that makes you even want to live is your ego. So you need to balance that out and put it to sleep and not let it be in front of you. It's like Jesus said in the Bible, get behind me, Satan, which is his ego. Because he wanted to be egotistical. He said, no, get behind me. I'm running the show. And that's what that's about, family. Everybody here is a God. It's all about understanding what type of God you are and where you're trying to go in this thing. What is your purpose? So one of the practices of enlightenment is to get into the attitude of gratitude. That's a fact. And you're going to see that when you start studying these books on enlightenment. Joy is really what I'm talking about. But I've learned through studying enlightenment that joy is so hard to tap into, man. And I'm just telling y'all from experience, you could think about something that gives you joy, but the feeling of joy is not so easy, because that's not something that we do all the time. We get mad more than we joyful. You can get mad about something small. The kids could be knock your favorite vase over, like my daughter just did, knock my favorite vase over. God damn it, you get mad, and it's easy to get mad, but joy is not something that you always have. We all experience joy, but we don't always know how to tap into it. Just like love. I don't care what nobody say, love is extremely hard to tap into. But if you can tap into it, the stuff that you're going to be able to do is absolutely mind-boggling. If you can tap into the frequency or the energy of love. So we got to remember, family, joy is the key. Joy is the key down here. If you can tap into joy at will, it can get rid of your depression. It can get rid of you just looking at the world in a negative way. Just be grateful, family. So you got to understand the ego always wants. The ego is always in want. We have to train ourselves to not want all the time, but to just be grateful for what we have. Focus on your needs, not your wants. You need water. You need a roof over your head. You don't need the biggest house. You don't need the biggest car. If you want to get it, there's nothing wrong with that. But if it puts you in a state where you're sad because you don't got it, then that's not a good place to be. Just be grateful at that moment for what you have, right? Be grateful at that moment for what you have. So gratitude is an enlightenment practice. And this goes into immortality. And it goes into alchemy, which I'm going to get into as we go forward. Immortality is the practice of what alchemists do. So what we're really talking about, if you want to really transform on a higher level, family, we got to start studying alchemy. We got to start studying how to transmute energy. And that's all Brother Yosef has been teaching you guys on his channel. From the beginning, I was like, yo, get them fusion of the 5 elements. Do the techniques. Do this, do that, because I'm trying to teach you guys how to tap into energy, right? I'm just teaching y'all what I taught myself years and years and years ago. So do the work, family. Tap into the energy, right? An alchemist called this turning lead into gold. That's what they call it. We turning lead into gold, right? So there's really 2 paths to enlightenment. And if you guys want to jump in anytime, you have to let me know. There's really 2 main paths to enlightenment, and people have become enlightened in so many different ways, right? You can become enlightened and die and just go to a higher realm, which is the more popular version, right? Or you can do something that's very rare, which is turn your body into light, right? I'm fascinated with this shit. Like, light body got me fascinated, right? I just think the idea of it is amazing. I approach everything with an open mind, and I'm like, yo, let me prove. Even when I first heard about Breatharianism, the first thing I said, like, no, that shit ain't true. But when I started studying the research, and I was like, whoa, it blew my mind, right? So the light body, there's been over 200 documented cases all over the world, mainly in Tibet, and there's been photographs and people writing down in certain notes, the people watching people turn themselves into light. It's a very powerful process. So the two main paths to enlightenment are also what people call the Zen way, which is we're gonna just let enlightenment happen. It's a simple process. And I'm really cutting corners here when I'm saying this because I don't want to explain the whole Zen thing, but the Zen way is more of a peaceful, simple, let it happen way. So through many lifetimes as a Zen Buddhist, you may achieve enlightenment through maybe 50 lifetimes. And it's okay, you cool with that. You don't mind just doing your meditations and doing basic spiritual practices and just obtaining enlightenment through a very simple process with no effort, right? With no effort. And then you have something called Dzogchen Buddhism, right? Which a lot of people don't know about. The Dzogchen Buddhism is more about obtaining it and wanting it so bad until you want it more than air. You want this enlightenment thing more than you want air. So the Dzogchen way, they have a lot of intense practices, including doing sun work, sun gazing, working with your energy body, so many different ways. And also, before I say that, let me finish saying what I'm saying about Dzogchen. So the Dzogchen way is more of the we're gonna work for it way. So they got all these different practices you guys can do. And this is a book I want you guys to get, family. I want the family to buy this book here. It's called Rainbow Body and Resurrection. Very powerful, family. Rainbow Body and Resurrection. That's the author right there. I want y'all to get this book, man. It's gonna be a basic start to helping you guys understand enlightenment. Because there's certain things in this book that I have already achieved. I'm not saying that I'm a master at achieving light body, because that's not true. But I have had experiences, family, that blew me away. Okay. And before I even bought this book, I had experience with one of these right here. I had an actual ball of light above my head, right? And my daughter's godmother is a living witness to this. She was sitting right next to me when it happened. And she couldn't see it, but I could see it. And for some reason, every time I put my phone out, there it was. So I said, well, maybe it's my phone. And I took her phone and looked at it, and there it was. I ran into the bathroom, and there it was above my head. So that's something I'm gonna reveal about how I obtained that process in one of my future videos. But yeah, it's something that can very well happen, family. And if you do a certain techniques, especially doing your sun work, looking at the sun, working on your solar energy, if you gain enough sunlight in your body when you die, you don't have to go to the fourth dimension, family. You actually shoot past the fourth dimension and go to the fifth dimension, because your energy has more solar energy in it, right? It has solar energy in it. So, there's a very famous and shout out to the Conjure Queen, because they was telling me that she's into this cartoon too. Shout out to all my people that's into the anime. Dragon Ball Z. It's one of BroYosef's favorite cartoons out there. I love that show because it's so spiritual. It has so much information in it. And in the Dragon Ball Z franchise, they have this rivalry between a guy named Goku and a guy named Vegeta, right? Goku seems to achieve enlightenment. We can call that Super Saiyan or even their God form, right? He's always achieving it by way of, he seems to get it a lot easier than this guy named Vegeta, right? So Goku's laid back, he's happy all the time, but he's one of the best fighters in the universe. But he seems to achieve these levels of Saiyan or Super Saiyan without a lot of effort, without a lot of effort. He seems to achieve that Vegeta can't stand it, which is another person that's part of his race. Vegeta, when you watch him, this dude's going hardcore in the gym, hardcore practicing, training. He always achieves his enlightenment or his next level in his spirit body by way of working hard for it, right? So I thought, when I first saw it, I said, man, this explains the Dzogchen and the Zen way completely. Goku's more like, hey, just let it happen. I'm gonna work, but if it happens, it happens, and it always happens for him. And then Vegeta's more about, I'm gonna get in this gym and I'm gonna outdo Goku. I'm gonna try to get past him, and he achieves it also, but it's always too hard work. So whichever way a person want to go is absolutely fine. There's a lot of people that believe in, hey, peace and love, let it happen. It's all good. And that's cool, family. That's cool. So the right-hand path school, family, is the Dzogchen, right? And there's many schools on the right-hand path. But for all y'all right-hand pathers that want to get deep into the Dzogchen, that is pretty much the right-hand path school. right? The middle path school is more going to go by way of yoga, doing certain yogic techniques. And one of the best ways to achieve rainbow body is through sex, believe it or not. Working with the tantric sex system to achieve a certain level of rainbow body. You're going to see that in this book, right? You're going to see that in this book. So shit, just by having sex, you can tap into the rainbow body, family. It's very powerful. Get into that tantric sexual system. And the left-hand path system is, I wrote it down, but I don't know what I did with the paper. It starts with an A. It's a I believe it's called Agora. It's over in India, and it's a left-hand path. They call it the left hand of Shiva or something like that. It's a very powerful dark system. You know, that's one of the main left-hand path schools that you can learn real magic. They say them dudes they teleport all over India, and once they teach you the left-hand path over there, they never allow you to leave. You can't leave because you're gonna be super powerful. So you can go over there and learn all the magic you want, but you can't leave. So what has happened over time is a lot of those people have taken that science, and they taken it out of America. They taught it to other people, and they have other schools around the planet that's dealing with that energy. So bringing all three of these schools up, because I'm trying to let you guys see that no matter which way you go, it's all paths to enlightenment. It's all paths to enlightenment. You can't go wrong in this thing. It's all about how much work are you doing. If a serial killer is in the gym, he done killed 12 people last night, he in the gym working out every day, guess what? His muscles gonna get just as strong as the person that helped 12 people. That's a fact. So if he's in the gym, and I'm not saying the left-hand path is all bad, because it's not, but I'm just saying that anybody can get this energy. It's all about getting the energy. That's what it's about.
Right.
So I want y'all to really understand that. So what we talking about here, fame, is alchemy and immortality. You know, immortality is the practice of alchemists. So the light path is alchemist, is immortality. We all try to achieve this certain level of immortal state, which taps into our immortal body, or you can call it the light body. Another book I want to give you guys is something that Brother Aline gave out a long time ago. And I actually had this book, and I was like, wow, he gave out a good book. It's called Enter Mopai. Mopai, Ancient Training of the Immortals. Right? Y'all need to get this book, man. This is a good book. This is a real good book. Ancient Training of the Immortals. And I'm just telling y'all, they give y'all some good training exercises and techniques in here that you guys can do to really obtain energy and how to pull energy into your dancing end. So this is like Qigong to the next level right here. This is like Qigong on the next level, family. And, you know, it's a lot of people doing this stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, this stuff works. You know, I've already been highlighting and, you know, get into stuff. So I want you guys to get this book, man, Enter Mopai. And if you start with these two books, the idea of enlightenment will open itself up to you on a deeper level. The idea of enlightenment will open itself up to you on a deeper level. So I wanted to let you guys say anything if you guys want to say anything.
No, that's good. That's good, Yosef. Powerful share. I appreciate that, because at the end of the day, there are different techniques and schools and avenues that we can go through to get to this enlightened state or reach this enlightened state, right? And it's a never-ending story, like the movie. It's a never-ending story.
Never-ending story.
That you have to try and be on this adventure. You know what I mean? You have to tap into this thing. I got a video out on Patreon right now. It's called Sitting on Top of the World. And that's basically Baphomet sitting on top of the earth. You got to get past this human shit. You're above the earth. You're sitting on top of the earth because you are ridding yourself of these human emotions. Okay, and these human emotions is what's keeping you in lockdown.
Attachment.
Right. That's why I be saying these fasts are important. So these things can actually come to the surface and you can deal with it head on. You feel me? Yeah, man. So that's a huge aspect in reaching this light, in understanding yourself, in knowing thyself. Because when we talk about know thyself, we're not talking about this goddamn avatar we're in. We're not talking about this human body that we have. We're talking about our true self, our higher self, which is God, chaos being, eternal, forever and ever and ever. It's a infinity loop. The 823 God is here, and I'm telling you what it is right now, for real, man. But no, I liked what you said about that. Well, about sex, Yosef.
Yes.
That was perfect, because sex is actually a practice that we have to be practicing all the time. I'm talking to you, babe, all the time.
Right.
But sex is correlated with your organs too. So, penis, vagina, all of these things locked in is a key. Key, you're putting in your key and unlocking things that's, helping your organs and elevating these glands so you can power up and get out of this emotional state again. Go get that book Yosef was talking about. The Rainbow. What book? Say the name again, Yosef.
Rainbow Body and Resurrection.
Rainbow Body and Resurrection.
Rainbow Body and Resurrection. That's power, man. You already know what time the rainbow body is. They talking about these chakras, these organs, these glands. It's tapping into that thing.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Balancing out your chakras and ridding yourself of human thought, human emotion. Real.
Human identification. Even with, and I think this is dope because this is a conversation that Dream and I were having yesterday about the ego. Like our ego, and that's why I love what you said, that there's no right or wrong way to this path, it all just is. And a lot of times we get caught up in what's right and what's wrong. And anytime you feel like you have to defend your truth, you're really just defending your ego.
Right.
Because truth needs no defending. It just is what it is. And so we got to stop identifying with all of this stuff. We understand as spirits and as light, we move in and out of different form. We move in and out of different bodies. We don't want to stay in one place for too long. I'm this, I'm that. And understand that I am that I am. I am the being. I am the consciousness. I am the awareness of this form. So that's dope. But I got a question for both of y'all with the topic of enlightenment. So our great brother Bobby Hemmett said, enlightenment results from the realizing the unreality of existence. I don't know what book he got that from. How does that play into what you are coming to know and understand in your own journey of enlightenment?
Yes. You want me to go first, brother?
Either one of y'all. I want both of y'all to tap on it.
Enlightenment based, yeah. When he's saying that, he's saying this is a big game. This is a big illusion. You're being the catch-22. This is a program. You're in a video game. You're in an arcade. So once you realize that this is not real, you can start manipulating the reality as such. Go take our class. Our class is May 2nd and 3rd. Sign up for the class. Loveliftlife.com. Go. Because this thing is a whole big game, whole thing. When we wake up every day, we're coming into this fake world again. The sleep is the real world. We tapped into that knowing world. When we transition, we can move on to other realms and realities. And this thing will be just a big afterthought, a big thing that never happened. Okay, so when you understand what Bobby was saying, the great guy Bobby, he was like, yeah, we gotta, but now let me let y'all understand what's going on. Also, you have to be able to understand why you came down here in the first place. You've been mind controlled and lost in this reality to where you feel like you're searching for something. Coming to America, Prince Akeem. So when you're going on this journey, when you're walking in this path, go see my Walking Your Purpose video. This thing is happening now. You're in the now state. Your purpose is happening to you right now. You're just not realizing it yet. You came here for a specific reason, whether that be, figuring out why these donuts are so good. Whether that be, it could be something as small as figuring out how to paint houses. Why do I like it? Why do I enjoy painting houses? I want to figure, is that quick? This thing is a blink in the eye, a small blink in the eye. This thing goes by so fast. You remember how you be thinking about something from 10 years ago, and you be like, man, that was just 10 years. That was 10 years ago. Yes, that's what this thing is. It's a game. Your mind is telling you that this time is an illusion. So when you remember stuff in the past and it feels like it was just yesterday, you're in the space where you understand that, oh, okay, I get it. This is not real, right? You don't even remember half of the stuff that you had happen to you in the past, right? Because it's not real, it's not happening, right? Only thing that remembers is your subconscious mind, your spirit. And that spirit body is always here to help and assist you according to what you program it with. But you have something you came down here with. It's just this world is fake.
Yes.
Go ahead, Yosef.
Absolutely. And you know, without a shadow of a doubt, this world is definitely an illusion. And I think on a deeper level, also what Bobby was saying is that realizing that anything you can see on this world, no matter how high up you go in this world, you still live in an illusion to a certain degree. So I was in a, you know, sometimes I don't do it as much as I used to, but I would say like 3 years ago, I was in this class on the astral plane. Sometimes that happens to me. I wake up, I'll just be in the classroom. There's be people on both sides, and there always be somebody teaching, right? It always be this person teaching us in a class, and it's always in a voided place. Like there's no up, there's no down. We just sitting in the middle of nothingness, and we sitting at these desks, and this person be teaching. And I heard him say one time that it doesn't matter how high you go up in this, all the way up to the 8th dimension, you're still in an illusion. That's something I brought back down with, and that blew my mind. So I started hitting the books and researching and asking other questions on the spirit world about different things, and it just blew my mind because that means that, and then my spiritual father, Indra, showed me that in an experience I had with him one time. He took me to this beautiful heavenly state. And the best thing I could say about this state was that everything looked like it was covered with diamonds. Everything looked like diamonds. The flowers were, I can't even explain. They look like diamond flowers. This is the best thing I can say. And they were singing and talking. And he looked at me and said, you think this is real? This is all an illusion. This is all, you still in part of the illusion. And people get stuck on that. And he was basically telling me that to definitely tell people as I move forward not to get stuck. Understand that when you do reach the 5th dimension in your afterlife, whatever dimension you go to, when you do reach the 5th dimension, understand that you still have it. That's a whole nother school right there. That's a whole nother realm of existence. You still got to go up to the higher realms. The true you, the true spirit world is way beyond what you can perceive. Way beyond what you can perceive. Your actual oversoul is bigger than you, like a speck of sand to your oversoul. You're like a speck of sand to your oversoul. So your oversoul is so much more broader and expansive and bigger than what we think it is. So we have to understand that this is all an illusion. We only here to experience, family. We're here to have an experience. Our soul wants to have fun. Our soul wants to have an experience. We chose to come down here. While we're down here, we want to see what it's like to do this, what it's like to do that. It's like a video game. It's the best way I can describe it. You're playing yourself as a character in a video game. That's all you're doing. So understand that this is all an illusion, family. There's nothing about this that is real. The quicker you realize it, the quicker you can evolve.
Right.
I was saying, I know some people start telling us that it's not an illusion. This is an illusion. This is an illusion. It's deeper than telling yourself that. It's about doing work. To have experiences on higher realms and then understanding that this is an illusion. That's how you understand it. You understand it by having more experiences. One person emailed me not so long ago. They said, Brother Yosef, how can I know that this is all true, that what you're saying? I said, well, I'm going to tell you like my teacher told me, Dr. Blair, don't come to me for truth. You know, Dr. Blair said, don't come to me for truth. You know, he said, come to me for information and facts. He said, whatever the truth is, you decide what it is for yourself. That's what makes you God. And he actually told me that to my face one time when he was in my city doing a lecture. And I knew what he was going to say, but I wanted to ask him. He told me straight to my face, said, there's no such thing as truth. It is, the truth exists, but it is whatever you make it. That's why there's so many paths to enlightenment. There's so many ways to get back home. There's so many ways to get in the universe. The higher realms are sitting down watching us like a TV show, seeing who's going to create something new. Right. What Buddha did, the original Buddha did, who came out of the Indus Kush Empire, you know, what the original Buddha did was never done before. He created a whole new way of enlightenment that everybody wanted to follow, and people told him, don't follow him. Excuse me, he told people, don't follow him. Create your own way. Just use me as an example, right? Even in the Bible, Jesus told them, look, greater works you're going to do than I did. So all these masters told people, don't just focus on what I'm doing. Take my techniques and create your own way. Kind of like what Bruce Lee did. Bruce Lee took his master stuff. He took some other stuff. He mixed it together and created Jeet Kune Do, his own style of martial arts at a young age, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to create our own way. And that's what I love about the whole Master Foolish channel, because everybody has a way of teaching and nobody's wrong. Everybody's showing people a different way to achieve enlightenment. And that's a fact.
Right.
So that's what's so powerful about it. Everybody is here for a reason. We're here to experience, and we're here to create new ways of enlightenment. That's what we're here for.
Right.
We're being watched. We're being watched to do that. Because we already gods. It's about coming to the realization of who you are and tapping into it. That's what it's about.
Facts. And again, I'll say this one more time, family. If you carry these, if you still have these human emotions that you have not dealt with, that's why the chakra system is so important. If you still have these human emotions that you have not dealt with, and then you transition, you will actually feel that you have to come back to this realm, if that's your case, because you still have some part of you that you're trying to achieve down here on this earth realm.
That's right.
So you have to make sure that you're in alignment. That's why people be doing lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, because they can't get over the fact that they didn't get the mansion they wanted, that they wasn't the star football player they were or whatever, right, that they didn't get the girl that their kids didn't grow up the way they, wanted them to or whatever.
That's right.
So it's so important, vitally important, that you rid yourself of these human emotions and find your truth within. For real. Man,
Right.
Say something?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it's not even, the healing work has to take place. And you have to be able to remove yourself, or to take a step back, to spiritually take a step back from your ego and how you're perceiving a situation, so that you can actually see the full spectrum of what's actually taking place. I gave y'all the example of when we went out to New Orleans for the soulmate lecture with Brother Panic and Khadijah. I was seriously worried and feeling some type of way about leaving our children for the weekend with babysitters who were not the ones that we usually keep them with, which is my mother and father, right? We had to call in some other help in order for us to be able to go. And I was literally worried about this. I kept thinking about this. That's how I felt, right? And what I realized is that feeling, I was imposing my past life trauma or this life experiences of feeling abandonment, right? Or feeling left behind. I still had that fear there, which was holding me back from releasing them to people who I know are going to take great care of them. And so it's that subtle, right? That subtlety. Because your ego will have you thinking and feeling, I just want to make sure that my kids. And so when you start tapping into my and me and I, ego, right? So my ego had me thinking, I'm just trying to make sure that my kids are squared away and even though I know spiritually that they are, right? So when Dream is talking about these human emotions will bring you back, it's things that subtle. Right. It's that subtle. Like me thinking that I'm just trying to take care of my kids, and really it's a fear that I was having of me leaving them and them feeling like their mom just left them. Okay. And so that's what it is. It's very subtle. But Yosef, you have brought up astral traveling, right? Going to these other dimensions and learning these different lessons and having these different experiences. And so I astral traveled to Mars. Last week, Monday or something like that. And a lot of people, because I made a video about it, and a lot of people were having like all of these questions about why they are not raising up out of this, human kind of dream space area. And so I just want to know your perspective or your techniques on how you are able to get out of this realm astrally and travel to other spaces. Because when you talk about these classes, or even me going to this Oshun gathering and all different versions of Oshun sitting there, these are spiritual dreams. These are dreams that have meaning. These are dreams that are like, this is some shit that you really need to be tapping into, understanding, and bringing back with you.
Yes.
How, in your opinion, how are you successful in doing that? Like, what do you do that helps you to be able to tap into those experiences?
Yes, absolutely. Well, for me, one of the best things I can tell people to do, because it didn't start happening for me until about maybe 2009, 2010. I first woke up in 2007 for like 2 years straight. I was trying to astral travel and I couldn't. So I started trying different things. And one of the things that really helped me, first of all, I'm gonna tell people, you gotta want it. You gotta want to have these experiences more than anything. You have to want it. If you don't, you can just say, oh, I like to meet an angel. And then you go to sleep and you think it's gonna happen. It don't work like that.
Listen, hold on, Yosef. I gotta pause you right there, because in the video that I made, that was one thing that I was saying. I was like, first of all, you gotta want it, and you gotta know that it's actually possible.
That's right.
People be wanting it, but they don't even really believe in it. Like,
Right.
you don't even really know that it can happen for you.
Right. That's right. That's so true. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. That's the first step. You gotta have faith about this thing. Once you have faith, I recommend people. One thing I started with was I started doing trace mineral. I started working on the third eye, pineal gland. I started to realize that was the way to have access. So the first thing I would do was, as I worked on the pineal gland, I would meditate and I would start seeing stuff. I'd be like, wow, this is crazy. And one of the first things I saw, I'll never forget, when I saw an actual entity, when I really went deep into my meditation one day, and I know at that moment, my third eye was open. And what I saw was this entity running around with 4 arms, and he kept looking at me like, it was moving so creepy, it was so weird, but I didn't let it scare me. I said, this thing wanted to attack me, it could. It looked like it's more curious about why I'm looking at it. And then I started wondering, how am I even here looking at it? So I don't know if a portal opened at that moment and I was able to see into the astral world, but that's exactly what I was doing. I was seeing into the astral world. So I started seeing this weird stuff, and I started seeing futuristic stuff, which I found out later was past life, but the past life looked futuristic. It was so weird, I started seeing all kind of forests and trees and mountains. So from that point on, I said, okay, I'm reading about all these mythological creatures and stuff. I'm still taking my trace mineral drops now every day, right? I'm filling a gallon of water up and putting 20 trace mineral drops, and I'm noticing it has an effect on my pineal gland. It's giving energy to my organs in my pineal gland. And at the same time, I'm doing Montauk Chia. This is like 2009, 2010, right? I'm doing Montauk Chia work. I'm drinking the trace mineral. This is before Harataki, family. This is way before Harataki. So trace mineral drops, and I want it more than anything. So one of the first incredible experiences I had, the first experience I had was in a dream. My spiritual father came to me, and that was in 2000. That's what actually woke me up from the beginning. But the next incredible experience I had was an angel. I wanted to see an angel, and what inspired me from it was Brother Bobby. Brother Bobby was talking about angels and stuff. I said, man, I would really love to see an angel one time. And it took me 2 days, family, 2 days. I was pumping that trace mineral drops. I was reading everything on angels, and I was meditating on angels. So I was programming my mind to see angels. That night, I told a story about it already, so I'm not going to be long-winded. Had an experience with an entity, really tall, had hair made of gold, was looking at me. It blew me out of my mind, and I wasn't ready, family. I could have pissed myself, right? I was not ready to see. Some of y'all think y'all really ready to see a demon or an angel or a God. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. Because first of all, your reality is not ready to see nothing like that. And for me, it was like, ready or not, here I go. And I'm standing in this white void, and here he come, boom, stands up, and when he stands up, I'm looking like, oh shit, It was an incredible experience to the point where I woke up, I was afraid to move. And this being didn't let me know that, hey, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna do something to you. It was just the presence of this thing was so powerful, right? So you can have these experiences, family. You gotta want it. You gotta want it more than anything. You gotta want to have these experiences. You can't be thinking about basketball all night one night, and then the next night you're thinking about the girl you're gonna get with, and the next night you think about angels, or the next night you think about your spiritual parent. You gotta want it every day. Give yourself 30 days to think about what you want in the astral plane. Start with trace mineral drops, Some of y'all, if y'all want to do Harataki, that can open the pineal gland. It's very powerful. But trace mineral drops is the first thing to help me, family. And then I'm not as good to this day at astral projecting, but astral traveling, I'm really good at. Because when I go to sleep, I'm gone. I can fly. I'm walking on water. It took years to get there, family. It took years to get to that level. So maybe twice a month, I actually project, and I take advantage of that shit. I'm telling y'all, I'll be flying around the planet. I'm waiting for it to happen right now. I can't control when it happens. It is every now and then I'm just sleeping in the bed, my body vibrates, and I can see myself lifting up. And next thing I'm going to China. I want to go see what's going on with this corona, you know? See, because the truth is you can go to China, but you go in the astral version of China. It won't be on Earth. So when you astral project, you push your astral form into the physical world. And you can go travel anywhere in the physical world, the White House, anywhere you want to go. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I try to go to the Vatican. Them Negroes would not let me in. You know what I'm saying? I tried to go to the Vatican in my astral form. They wouldn't have that shit is surrounded by demons, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Powerful, and you cannot get into the Vatican. I wanted to go see all them books they was hiding. You ain't getting in there. Don't even try it. But I want to say this real quick about Mars. There's a powerful book, family, y'all need to read. It's called From the Motherland to the Mothership. From the motherland to the mothership. And this book right here, I think even Dr. Blair talked about this book. I think that's where I got it from. From the motherland to the mothership. And this book right here is about a Black woman who's not really metaphysical like that. But she had this incredible experience of when she astral traveled and traveled the universe, right? Aliens will come get her. And I think she was upset one night that her kids with the Freaknik or something like. It was a real Black book, you hear me? So the book is incredible. She was upset her kids with the Freaknik, and she didn't know what was going to happen with her daughters. And she kept having this pull like all night. And one night these extraterrestrials came and got her. They took her around the universe. And she has a whole chapter called Mars is Predominantly Black. Mars is predominantly Black. And
facts.
And they was talking about on the inside of Mars, how there's Black people, like 90%, 98% Black. She said they had a few white people, a few Asian people, but it was all Black people. They had high sciences, they was advanced. And she said they knew everything else happened on Earth, but they're living inside Mars. So sure enough, I astral traveled one night, and that's exactly what it was, family. They had a bunch of Black folk living in Mars. Yep. You know, that blew my mind. And they told me it was connected to the people in South Africa too. So without a shadow of a doubt, y'all get that book, man. It's called From the Motherland to the Mothership. They got two twins on the front, a set of twins on the front, two sisters. Incredible book, man. I need to get that book. I got it around here somewhere.
I must got some South African in me or something, because I sure went to Mars and an Asian was my spirit guide in Mars.
I'm not surprised. They got Asians on there.
Yeah, a heavy set Asian man, and he was the one that told me why people are not astral traveling. He was like, they don't relax enough, and they actually don't even believe that they can do it.
Right.
And so that was the basis of the video that I made just 2 days ago or so. Like, people be wanting to do stuff, but you don't even really have faith in yourself to do it. Like, you hear our stories and you all fired up by you, like, damn, that's dope. But you don't have faith in yourself. You got some self-doubt. And not only that, you're too connected to the earth realm. So you're going to bed, like Yosef just said, you're going to bed thinking about how you just balled out. You're going to bed thinking about that woman that you're trying to bag, or that man, or that argument you and your husband just got into. And those thoughts keep you grounded. And so every night, I'm excited to go to sleep. I'm like, I cannot wait to travel. I'm so excited to see what I'm about to experience. I'm excited like every single night. And family, I feel like I got that way over the past month or two. I've always been a dreamer. I've always been able to have dreams. But what took my dreams to a higher level and made them to be more spiritual experiences, family, I literally started journaling them now. And now I don't even journal them. Like, I journaled them down for a couple of weeks, programming my subconscious mind to know dreams are important to me. I want to know what my dreams are communicating to me. And so when you consistently do something like that, your subconscious mind is like, oh, okay, you really want to talk, and you really want to remember, and you really want to know what's going on. You really want to tap into the truth of who you really are. And then boom, It just starts happening. I be excited to go to sleep, right? I be mad to wake up. I be like, please, no, I want more time. All right. So it's beautiful.
Right.
Well, that's power, babe. And yeah, and Joseph, that's strong. That's what this thing is. Consistency, the will, the wanting, the knowing, right? I wake up every morning, 3 a.m, and go into my magic room and I go in ham. After I'm just coming out of the real world, which is my astral world, right? And I'm going traveling to different places. This is what we're talking about, family. You have to fall in love with that part of you, right? More than this human thing, right? Because this is nothing but an illusion. So once you start understanding the deeper aspects of the astral, now you can be able to manipulate the astral before you transition, right? You'll be able to do certain things and understand, oh, okay, I get it. Maybe when I transition, I'll go here, or maybe when I transition, I can take myself here. But when we put ourselves in a box, in a lockdown, and we talk about this earth realm, now we're basically saying, I'm only human. You see what I'm saying? That's why, again, I keep on telling y'all, it's so important to rid yourself of these human emotions. Yeah, go get them tools you want. You know that Yosef talked about, the trace minerals and the Harataki. Those are great aids to help at to get into this astral state. But again, relaxation. Then as you're laying down, you want to lay down before you sleep.
About to just pass out.
Yeah, not just be like, oh, I'm tired. Let me let me go to sleep. No, you just want to get in the bed. Why? Because look, there's what are you watching? There's nothing on TV anyway. Man, I'm telling man, say we got so many techniques, family.
Let me say this too, family. Can I say this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, before I say it, anybody that's a subscriber to my channel, if you on here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. They do great work over here. I want y'all to subscribe. So
Yeah.
I wanted to say also, I gave a ritual out on something called holy moon oil, which is something I created for myself a long time ago. And I have received emails from all over the world on people who was talking about when they rubbed it on their third eye, how it took them into the astral world, how they had these incredible experiences. So that's another thing you guys can try, especially on a full moon. One of the best times to astral travel is during a full moon, man. And a full moon in the astral plane be jumping every time I'm over there. And during a full moon, I mind my business. That's all I'm gonna say. There be fights going on and everything up there. Witches and shit be fighting. My brother used to mind his business when I'm up there. I'd be looking at it and observing and experiencing. But get y'all that holy moon oil ritual. You can take some of that holy moon oil before you go to sleep, especially during a full moon. And man, you will have an incredible astral experience. I have received emails from all over the world, people in Sweden, Africa, even over in Asia, Australia. People was telling me they rubbed that on the middle of their forehead and they was having these incredible experiences. So y'all try that, man. The whole ritual is right on the video, holy moon oil video I did about a month or two back. So y'all check that out.
Yes, make sure y'all go check that out for real, man, because yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful, Yosef. Go ahead, babe.
Something that I wanted to add, if y'all did see my astral traveling videos, something that I forgot that I wanted to add into that is when we are practicing, all right, Yosef, I gave the people a technique. I said, while you are fully awake, go into your meditative state and travel somewhere. Go somewhere that you're completely familiar with. This may be your mother's house. Go to your mother's house and engage with your mother, at her house. You know exactly what that space looks like. Go there, sit down on the couch with her, talk with her, because you can see it. You're already familiar with it. And what that's doing is training your mind for whenever you do go to sleep, you understand that within your mind, you can move. You can move your astral body. So that was the practice. But something I forgot to tell the people is that we already know that this is also our preparation for when we do make the transition. Because think about it. Think about the ancestors. I told y'all for me what I did. My children were at my mother's house last weekend. I closed my eyes and I went to my mother's house. I went there. I gave them hugs, and I felt them hugging me. I felt our hug. It was so good. It was so powerful. It was so intense. Tears came down my eyes. I'm sitting right here on my couch. My kids are at my mother's house, 10, 15 minutes away. I spiritually went there and gave them a hug, right? This is preparation for the transition, because what do you think your ancestors are doing?
That's right. That's right.
They're coming in your house, giving you hugs, moving stuff around, whispering in your ear, talking to you. You cannot see them, or some of us can, but that's what they're doing. That's what your ancestors are doing. Right. And you can do that same thing right now. Remote viewing. Right. Remote viewing. This is how we can heal our family members, right? Go there astrally, spiritually, take yourself there, be fully invested, mentally, emotionally, have your whole being there. Yep. You may be here, but you there too. And that's practicing for your astral travel as well.
Right. So true. So true. I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, family. Yeah, tap into this power that you have, family. Tap into this power that you have. Man, any more questions for Yosef, babe? Anything else that we want to dive into this thing? Anybody in the chat room got any?
Let me skim the chat.
Yosef. Yeah, man. Look, I gotta promote. I gotta give out these commercials. You know how it go. Email me, lovelivelife.world@gmail.com if you want the Aya, because the Aya gonna take you on a whole nother level of this thing, that whole nother trip. So email me and I'll get you to the right thing. Our class, make sure y'all do that. Y'all know what time it is. Sign up for our class, because we diving into everything and how all this thing plays out. And our patreon.com/lovelivelife, where we're dropping a plethora of information. And make sure y'all subscribe to my bro guide, Yosef. Y'all must do it, man. My bro always coming with some enlightened thoughts every video. And man, me and Yosef, man, it's just like, man, it's family. And I told him, man, we coming back here in this space and time to have this build, to have these communications. We already knew each other. All of us knew each other. Like, this thing is happening. We're just here playing this thing out, you know, in the confusion that we're in, you know what I mean? The mindset that we're in. But at the end of the day, when we transition, I'm telling you, family, man, we are going to be like, hey, what's up, family? There's going to be a whole big party. Why? Because we are one, family, and that's what it is. Man, Yosef, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, I definitely got, people have been asking me a lot for classes. There will be classes coming this year. I'll put the family on notice when they come out. But, I got tribology shirts. I got more metaphysical shirts coming. They read the link on my videos. And I got more stuff coming, family. I want y'all more than anything. I want y'all to stay focused and trust the process, man. Understand that there's a higher idea to what's happening. Like Dr. Dover Blair said years ago. And y'all notice I'm always talking about Dr. Blair. That's like my favorite metaphysical teacher. I love that dude to death, man. Yeah. And he was always talking real deep science. And one thing he used to always say, he was one of the first guys to say that there's two suns in the sky. Go back and watch the video. He's the first dude to say, before NASA admitted it. NASA eventually admitted it, but before NASA admitted it, anything happened, he was saying there's two suns in the sky. Dr. Blair also was always talking about how the Earth is going from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, and he's 100% right. I haven't even really did videos on that yet, but that is exactly what's happening, fam. We got to get rid of this chaos, but the chaos is necessary to transform us, so we got to go through it to get to it. That's a fact. It's gonna be it's like a mother having birth pains. She's giving birth to something new. There's gonna be chaos. There's gonna be chaos. A lot of blood, a lot of crime. So this is what's happening. This year started out with a bang. Pop Smoke got murdered, and Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter. All this stuff is all part of the process. It's all part of the process, family. So all the good stuff I talked about is coming, but we got to go through it to get to it. This chaos got to happen. That's how change happens. And if this chaos was something if this thing was happening just in America and it was over and done with in a week, I knew that this wouldn't be it. But the fact that this thing is affecting the whole world, I know that this is going to bring great change around the world. You know, I think China done really fucked up because everything that's made in China now, nobody gonna want to deal with China no more after this. Everybody gonna be scared that they gonna get the corona after this, you know? So everything is changing, family. Y'all just stay focused. Don't be scared, be prepared.
Yeah, facts on facts on facts. Shout out to Raven L. Appreciate the donation, family. You know what time it is. Man,
Appreciate the donation.
Baby, you got anything to plug? Anything?
Make sure you come to me if you want your spiritual readings, if you want your healing consultations. That's like my absolute most funnest, amazingest thing that I do, which is to help you discover those aspects of your mind and spirit that you're kind of shying away from, the things that may be blocking you from reaching higher levels of consciousness or having the relationships or the manifestations that you desire. So book your consultation or your reading with me so we can determine those things and I can help you out. Feeling good is the work t-shirts. Copy one. BroYosef talked a lot about joy and gratitude. That shirt is a reminder to that. Join our Patreon and class and all of that awesome stuff. And I love the analogy you just said, BroYosef. The great mother, we're birthing a whole new life form right now. And birth hurts like hell. Y'all know that. Like even if you're a man, you've seen enough videos, women, you've had the experience. I've done it twice, unmedicated. And it was the hardest shit that I've ever done in my life, but it was the most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life. I felt so powerful from giving birth. Okay. And so if we can apply that same energy to the corona chaos that's happening right now and all the chaos that will continue to reveal itself in 2020, then we're going to be holding something so beautiful at the end, which is what which all parents have done before. Mm-hmm. All right. So that corona, we crowning, baby.
Right.
We crowning. That new baby's about to be birthed. That new earth is about to be birthed. Okay. So and join Patreon, because on Patreon, we're going to be posting a breakdown of the book we did by Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. And we're going to do a breakdown of that. So we'll go hand in hand with the energy that is manifesting right now. So glad to have all of you beautiful people in the chat room. So glad to have you. Make sure y'all come back and subscribe.
Yes, family. Yes. Subscribe to my queen. Subscribe to Yosef. Subscribe to the whole Chaos family. Look, next Sunday, we got my bro guide, Oni. Oni on here. That shit gonna be funny, boy. We gonna have a blast with my bro O, because we gonna dive into this Kobe energy, this 823 guide, and I'm gonna talk to Hood about it. I think I'm gonna pull off this 823 guide part 3 on Wednesday, on Wise Wednesday. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that, because so much things is happening right now. We got to document this thing in real time. 823 guide part 3 on Wednesday. It go down, man. Man, shout out to the whole family, man. We love and appreciate all of y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and share the video, family. Like and share the video. Shout out to my bro God, BroYosef. This is the truth. This is the Buddha.
The Buddha.
Yes. Hey, man, the Buddha came back and he's right here, y'all. Y'all just ain't realized it yet. Shit, Buddha was black, and look at Yosef. This is it, man. We here.
Man, that's real talk.
Hey, my brother be, man, say the love, the pure heart essence that BroYosef has cannot be denied. I told him that. I said, man, you are on a whole nother spectrum of this thing. And I just appreciate all the work, all the love and support that you showing to the people, because you can tell it's from a different space. And I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Love it.
The practicality of it too.
The word. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all y'all, man. I'm grateful for people that even want to listen. You know, I come from a place where people didn't ever want to listen to. So it has really blew my mind when I started my YouTube channel. People wanted to listen to this information. So I'm grateful for all the love and support that people have been showing me. I'm grateful that there's other people like you guys that's out here doing it, Shout out to everybody that y'all ever had on y'all channel. Shout out to all the actually Foolish family. Shout out to everybody. Everybody does great work. You know, Brother Yusef be super busy. I don't always get a chance to watch everybody's videos, but I try to show love when I can. I just want to let everybody know y'all doing great work out there, man. Everybody bringing something different to the table. That's what I love, man. That's what I love. So shout out to everybody. And thank y'all for having me on.
Yes, yes. Always a pleasure, man. And shout out to y'all in the chat room, man. The Chaos family, man. We love and appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and share the video so we can power this thing all the way up, man. Until next time. Peace out.
Yosef, don't hang up. Peace, family.
Peace.